Welcome back to Magic Tarot Cards. It's Jasmine. I have a special reading here for you. I have an 8-card spread. This is going to be on President Trump and his current condition on testing positive for the virus, which the news came out this morning. I was informed actually by my mother. She called me. She says, guess what? Him and his wife tested positive. So I wanted to do an update on it and see where it's going to go, where our country is going to go from here, what's going to happen to him. And before any of the news gets out any further, I wanted to see what the energy is and what the cards can pick up from this situation that's, he's in now. I did ask the cards to help me find the energy for this. I did ask the cards how it's going to affect him, whether he's going to live or die. And yes, I always ask that, so don't be shocked because I'm asking that question. Remember, this is the president, so everything is alleged. I have to use that word because of, the virus. I am using in my disclaimer. You can read everything in the disclaimer. All right. So let's get started with the reading. Sorry, guys, I just woke up, so my voice is a little raspy. It is Friday morning. Good Friday morning to you. We are in Mercury retrograde shadow phase. It does start on the 13th. So be careful with traveling and everything else you do. Also, we are in the full harvest moon. And yeah, there you go. So here is the Page of Wands. This page brings news in. When it's in the upright, it brings news in. You see how the page is standing there? He's looking at his messages. He's looking at his wand representing messages. He's in deep thought because he's surrounded with blue. He's in deep thought. And in the upright, he's usually protected because there's a salamander on his clothes, which usually protects the salamander. So this brings in good news when it's in the upright. But for him, it fell in the reverse. So this is the news. This represents the news that came in of the test, the virus test that he took. So the news was not positive. Okay, we all know that. The news was negative. The news was disappointing. The page in the reverse brings in negative news, disappointing news, news that you don't want to hear, news about something happening in your life that's not positive, news that sometimes brings in sickness, news that brings in a bad image, news that... disappointing news. I keep hearing that, disappointing news. So this news, again, was very disappointing for him. He himself did not think that he would ever catch it. He himself even said that many, many times. I'm protected. I've heard him say, I'm well protected. I will never catch it. I'm protected. Okay. Well, I don't know what makes him think that he is superior to it. Not that I'm talking bad about him. I'm just telling you what I'm getting through the cards and what I've heard him say and what my spirit guides are telling me. I don't know whatever made him think that he would never catch it because the virus is not prejudiced. It can attack anybody at any time. It is airborne. Okay, it's airborne. It's in the air. If you come in contact with it, you most likely get it. Okay, so he is the president and he travels around. He's around many people. So I don't know whatever made him think that he could not catch it. Okay, now he has it and his wife has it. And ain't no telling how many people he's already spread it to that are around him in the White House or his secretary or, just wherever he goes. All right. He doesn't wear a mask all the time. He's wearing masks on several occasions, but for the most part, he doesn't cover up. So yeah, if you don't cover up, you're going to catch it. Point blank. Okay. Now, this is the Two of Pentacles. So now this is him. He is at a crossroads. This is more of a crossroads, but this is more of trying to find balance. Okay. You see the water in the back. The ships are all over the place. So he is in very turbulent times as we speak. He is in a great, great, deep thought about this because now his health is at risk. And I'm going to tell you right now, he is at high risk because he's overweight. Okay, we all know that. He has some heart conditions. He's an older male, But he does have the best of care and will get the best of care because he is the president. Unlike some of us don't get that kind of care when we go to the hospital. I do see that they might, if he agrees, do clinical trials on him to see if they can help him with that. But as of right now, there is no. Sorry, my phone was ringing and it stopped the video, but let me repeat myself. Okay, again, they might do some clinical trials on him if he agrees, testing new medicine if he agrees to that to see if they can help him. But as of right now, there is no vaccine. There is no cure for it. He does show mild symptoms at the moment, which could progress because, as we all know, that the virus attacks the lungs. Okay, he's 74 years old. He is not all that healthy. He is overweight, so he has a higher risk of being more affected in a bad way than a normal healthy person would. Okay, and I do know that he has some heart troubles. I don't know if he's ever expressed those out to anybody, but I am seeing that he does have heart problems. I did ask the cards if he would survive this or not. I do not see the death card here, but I do see he has a battle with it. He is going to battle with it. This Two of Pentacles, you see the man is standing on one foot and he's trying to balance everything. So the money, the coins in his hands represents his job. The money that comes in from his job, the election, everything that he has to do. And then there's the life, the life circle around it, the life banner. He's trying, that's the infinity sign. So this is about his life. He's trying really, really hard to balance everything out. And it's going to be hard. It's going to be a struggle for him. And it's not going to be easy. He's very passionate about trying to balance things out right now. But it's going to be a hard, hard battle. I don't see it going to be easy for him. Again, I do not see the death card here, but that doesn't mean it can't change because he is in the early stages of the virus. So that does not mean it cannot change. There will be a part 2 to this as his health does progress. Okay, so now we have the 3 of Cups. This in the upright is usually a celebration. Well, there is no celebration for him anymore. Again, there's a lot of blue backgrounds here, so he is in tremendous deep thought about what has happened. And now I feel like he's eating his words in his mind. I'm seeing, now this is alleged, y'all. Again, I'm saying alleged. This is coming from the cards and not me. And this is coming from my spirit guides and not me. This is alleged. I am seeing in his mind that he is eating his words. And he's probably thinking, I shouldn't have said this or that because now I have the virus and so does my wife. Okay, so we're going to get to that in a minute because, there is no celebration for him right now. He's not celebrating the election. He is thinking about, okay, how am I going to pull this off with the virus? How am I going to pull off this election? He's still thinking about that. That does not leave his mind. Okay, but he is going to now quarantine and follow the rules. Follow the rules. That's funny. Okay, yeah. So now we have the star in the reverse. Again, deep thought. In the upright, the star in the reverse is finding balance with your life. Here's the bird coming in. The big giant star surrounded by the little stars, meaning lots of balance in your life. Again, there is no balance for him at the moment because of this threw him way off balance. He was not expecting this. This was unexpected. I'm surprised the tower isn't here for him. The tower did not show up. But this in the reverse does represent no balance. So he has no balance right now in his dealings. Of course, he has lots of people working for him, telling him what to do, showing him, the way, how to survive, things like that. But so he's never by himself. He's never in a place where he does the thinking alone. He's never actually been at a place where he does his own thinking. People are always thinking for him. I see that he's kind of doubtful, kind of pessimistic. He's always stubborn. He's a very stubborn person. I feel like he's going to have a few losses of friendships. as well along this journey. And this also represents health problems and mental problems, physical and mental problems. When the star in the reverse pops up, that means you will have mental and health problems, and I see that is here for him as well. I do feel like he might be feeling a little lack of confidence and a little lack of faith that things are going to go positive. Although he doesn't speak this way, he keeps those feelings to himself. I do see that those thoughts do run through his mind every now and then, where he's not as positive, especially now that he has caught the virus. Because he is human, he's a human being, and we all think like this sometimes. And just because he seems like he's invincible or acts like he's invincible doesn't mean that he is. He's still made out of tissue, human tissue, and yeah. So again, I don't know what makes him think that he is, Superman, that he can't catch this stuff, but it finally came. And I am going to say this, karma does come back around and get you for certain things. It can get you in different ways, okay? And I do feel like he has built up a lot of karma for certain things that he's said, certain things that he's done, and I feel like it's coming back around to him, okay? This is not to talk against him or to ruin his character. No, I'm just telling you what the cards say. This is alleged. This video is for entertainment purposes only. It's alleged. It does not come from my own personal thoughts and feelings. Okay, so now, here we have the Lover's card in the reverse. So this shows him and his wife. She is tested positive as well. And even though they act hunky-dory, lovey-dovey in camera, right now that is not the way it really is. Right now they are in turmoil because of what's happened to them, and I do see a loss of not so much love, but loss of, this is more towards her. I feel like she's angry, loss of kind of feeling for him, not in a way to where she's going to leave him or divorce him or anything like that, but just a little bit of anger, because I feel like she is going to blame him and secretly and tell him, look, this is your fault, I got it from you. And so there's a loss of love, not so much love like, oh, I love you, but sexual, you ain't touching me. That's what I'm hearing. You ain't touching me right now. So we're going to move on to the next one. So, yeah, so here we have the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. So his lucky cycle has stopped for the moment. In the upright, we all know that the Wheel of Fortune is here, and you can pretty much manifest anything when you have the Wheel of Fortune, but now his Wheel of Fortune has spun around and it has come to a halt. This is just a temporary halt for him. I do feel like he will come back up if he survives this virus, which I do at the moment see that he could possibly get through it. It's still in the early stages for him. Again, I do not see no death card here. I did ask how it will affect him. I do not see the death card, but I do see him getting ill from it and taking antibiotics. I see him taking antibiotics. It's going to take a whole lot of antibiotics once it affects his lungs to get him through it. It's going to take at least a month of rounds. I'm hearing rounds, several rounds of antibiotics to get him through it once it settles in his lungs. Okay. Again, he's an older person, so the fight for him is going to be a little bit harder than it would for a regular healthy person in their 40s or whatever. He's in the 70s. Okay, but he seems and looks much older due to his job, and then his diet is not that great. Okay. His diet is not that great. Plus, he has genes in his ancestors, from his ancestors, that lead him to poor health. Okay, sometimes we all get how do you say it? We get sick from our ancestors because we carry their genes, and whatever they had, we get. Okay, so he doesn't have a real good gene pool as to where he was going to be very healthy in his lifetime. He's made it this far, but he is overweight. Okay, so again, we have the Nine of Swords. So I do literally see him this way later on in a bed crying. This is not necessarily, he might not actually be shedding tears, but this is the card of depression, feeling alone by yourself, This person has their head in their hands saying, oh my God, what have I done? What have I said? Created a self-imprisonment. He's going to be in his mind a lot in this next month. While he's trying to recover, he's going to be in his mind a lot. I'm seeing 9 weeks here. 9 weeks for him that it was going to take him at least to recover and get back up on his feet, or less. I'm going to say if he survives this, okay. But I do see him when he's alone, in private, alone, feeling a lot of depression and just sadness, from what has happened to him. Okay, so for the last card we have is the 10 of Wands. And this is a person that's shouldering a very, very heavy burden, which is him right now. Again, deep thought, very deep thought. There is no brand new day here for him. There's no yellow in any of these backgrounds. The only yellow I saw was here, but in the Lover's card, but it's in the reverse. So and then once it became in the reverse, there's the blue in the background here. So again, deep thought for him. He is wondering now how he's going to get through this, what's going to happen to the election. The election is more on his mind than anything else, because that's the president. That's all he cares about, right? He is not thinking about his family's health. I mean, he is thinking about his family's health, but that's not what comes to his mind first, is what I'm trying to say. Allegedly, what comes to his mind first is the election. How is he going to pull it off? How is he going to win now that he's quarantined? But he is going to show a lot of strength through his words. Doesn't mean he feels that strength. We all know that President Trump is a talker. He talks out of his head and says a lot of things, whether he feels them or not, because that's his image. He has to keep up his image. Okay, so a lot of words come out of his head. Here is the 10 of Wands, which is shouldering a very heavy burden. Very heavy burden. Right now, because he is the president, he is tested positive, and this is the middle of the election. Also, the Mercury retrograde brought this in for him. Pluto and Venus have kissed. Those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, there is a video about it. When Pluto comes in, Pluto rules the viruses. Pluto rules masses of people. Pluto rules the lungs. Okay, it is here. Okay. So when it comes in, this is what it does. It brings in viruses. It brings in masses of people. What do I mean by that? The riots. And Pluto rules the lungs. Every planet rules a body part. Pluto rules the lungs. It brings in the virus. Okay, so it's here. It brought in the virus. Venus is here as well, and it kissed Pluto. When I mean kissed, I mean they lined up together. So Venus, when it comes in, it enhances things. Okay, so together those planets are together. The Venus made Pluto enhance everything. So it enhances the virus, it enhances masses of people, and it affects the lungs in a big, big way because Venus is enhancing it. Okay, so it is here. They are here as of yesterday. Pluto and Venus are here together, but we are also in the Mercury retrograde, which redoes everything. So it's redoing the virus, it's redoing everything. And then we also got Mars in retrograde, which is not very good either. So we got a lot of planets at play here that are bringing in all these conditions. Yeah, so I'm going to go, y'all. This is your Trump. Sorry, my light's going out. My phone's about to die. This is your reading for Trump and tested positive. There will be a part 2 as things progress. And read all my descriptions. The disclaimer is in the disclaimer box. This is alleged. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, y'all. Tell me what you think. Hit that notification button so you'll be notified as my videos come up. Again, there will be a part 2 to this, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.